Hello, kia ora, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you so much for joining us for our Monday weather update for October the 17th. This week, another rainmaker is coming back into Australia, while in New Zealand, a colder change for some areas, bit of snow on the mountains and ranges. Hopefully nothing too major, but it is still spring after all. Let's take a look on the animated wind map with the air pressure put on there today. So here is the next big low in Australia. Currently mostly dry in eastern areas, but this system is moving slowly to the east. And there's a lot of high pressure down where it was raining the other day. That high pressure is going to move out between New Zealand and Australia and hold up that rain across the eastern side of Australia, while at the same time encouraging a colder southerly flow coming through. For today, Monday, though, still a mild northerly to some degree, but that southwest to westerly flow is basically moving across the country at the moment, and high pressure is further up here to the north. No signs of anything too serious in the tropics either. So let's take a look at New Zealand's rainfall. The next 2 days worth of rain. The heaviest falls down around Fiordland, only about 30 or 35 millimetres, so nothing too serious. And up in the north here, only 5 to 10 in the yellow, and in the blue and green, that's just the bottom of the scale, a couple of millimetres or a couple of showers. Bit of snow in there as well, not a huge amount, but we see a bit of snow. Apologies, the key is behind me. In that dark blue shading, that's where you're getting up around 10 centimetres, but around Mount Ruapehu, it's just a very light dusting, nothing much in there, and that also covers the next 2 days coming through. The good news for farmers, not much in the way of snow getting to low levels, but there might be the odd little flurry just briefly overnight as that system moves on through. Now in Australia, the rain is back in the east. This is the 5-day rainfall, and you can see these eastern areas, they're getting right back up again over 100 millimetres. So again, we're talking about the chance for slips and flooding, really from this time from Queensland all the way down to northern parts of Victoria. So yet again, more rain. The good news for southern parts and coastal parts of Victoria, much drier than it was, but there could still be rain feeding into those rivers. And a bit of heavy rain also in South Australia. So the wet season continues as La Nina and the Indian Ocean dipole work together. So here we are on Tuesday. There's the start of that cooler change for New Zealand with snow flurries on the mountains and ranges. Temperatures take a bit of a drop, and really nationwide that southwest flow is dominating. In Australia, that low moving further across South Australia, exiting Western Australia, and only a couple of coastal showers from Sydney up to about Brisbane. Nothing too widespread at this stage. As we move through to Wednesday, the high moves out to the Tasman and sort of consolidates right in the centre. That encourages two things: a southwesterly flow for Auckland and northern regions, and it also blocks the rain in Australia, slows it down. So now you start to see those rainfall totals lifting up. Now, Wednesday in New Zealand, we'll see these windy westerlies blowing through. So yes, a little cooler, but the windy westerlies means eastern areas like Dunedin won't be too cold as we go through the day. So by Thursday, you can see the next system building down here. The high is still blocking that rainmaker in the southeastern side and eastern parts of Australia. It's still encouraging the sou'wester around northern New Zealand, and that does become a little bit windier on Thursday. But notice this colder change brewing in the south. So mild to begin with on Thursday, then it turns colder, and those snow flurries, the lowest they'll get this week will probably be Thursday night and Friday morning, because on Friday morning there is the southerly sliding up the country. Not a lot in the way of moisture, but the temperatures drop back down again after some warmer than usual weather for the past few days. So definitely colder along the whole eastern side of New Zealand up to Gisborne and East Cape by the end of the week. And in Australia, the high that's been around all week doesn't move a lot. The low shifts around, the rain clouds break up a little bit, and so you're starting to sort of see it move around a wee bit, which is a good thing after it sort of being stalled there for a few days' time. Our final map for Saturday shows that rain finally breaking up quite significantly. The front itself now mostly out at sea, possibly still raining a wee bit up here around the Queensland-New South Wales border. And if you come over to the New Zealand side, dry and settled with a big high rolling in and across. Just a few showers lingering maybe around Mahia Peninsula, Gisborne and East Cape. Otherwise, not a lot of drama going on, which is kind of nice. So that is all from me. Back again tomorrow with our next update as we head towards New Zealand's long weekend, which is coming up this weekend for Labour weekend. So we'll cover that in our next video update on Tuesday.